Chicago Bulls fans, are you tired? Are you absolutely exhausted by the endless cycle of tantalizing glimpses of potential that never quite materialize into sustained success? For 3 long, grueling years, we've watched our beloved Bulls miss the playoffs, stuck in an agonizing purgatory of mediocrity. We've seen promising young talent, strategic offseason moves, and a core that on paper looks solid. But the question remains, is it enough? And what if, just as we're bracing ourselves for another season of hopeful anticipation, a bold, hypothetical trade emerges that could finally break the cycle? A move that swaps a veteran cornerstone for an $85 million duo, injecting youth, athleticism, and a fresh dynamic into our roster. This isn't just about a trade, it's about a desperate search for relevance, a high-stakes gamble on the future, an eternal quest to finally bring playoff basketball back to the Windy City. The Chicago Bulls enter the 2025-26 NBA season with a singular, overriding objective: end the 3-year playoff drought. It's a goal that weighs heavily on the franchise, the coaching staff, and especially on you, the loyal fan base. For a team with such a rich history, a prolonged absence from the postseason is simply unacceptable. The current core, featuring talents like Josh Giddey, Kobe White, Nikola Vucevic, and the promising Myles Buzelis, has shown flashes of potential. They've demonstrated moments of cohesive play and individual brilliance, but consistency and championship-level execution have remained frustratingly elusive. The offseason saw the Bulls make some intriguing additions, signaling a clear intent to push for a playoff berth. They kicked off their draft by selecting Noah Essen 12th overall in the 2025 draft, bringing in fresh talent and a new dimension to their roster. Following that, they executed a significant trade, acquiring Isaac Okoro in a deal that sent Lonzo Ball to the Cleveland Cavaliers. These moves suggest a dual strategy: leverage a potentially weakened Eastern Conference to make a playoff push this season, while simultaneously fostering the development of their younger players, hoping they take that crucial next step forward. It's a delicate balancing act, trying to win now while building for tomorrow, a tightrope walk that many NBA franchises struggle to master. However, even with these strategic offseason maneuvers, the rumor mill never truly stops churning in the NBA. And for a team like the Bulls, perpetually on the cusp, every player becomes a potential trade chip, every roster spot a subject of intense speculation. One player who has consistently found himself at the center of trade rumors over the past few seasons is veteran center Nikola Vucevic. While Vucevic has been a solid contributor, providing reliable scoring and rebounding from the center position, he hasn't always generated a ton of interest from other teams around the league. This season, however, a critical factor could change that dynamic. Vucevic is on an expiring contract. An expiring deal often makes a veteran player more attractive to contending teams looking to shed salary or take a calculated risk without a long-term commitment. Enter the Indiana Pacers. The Pacers, a team that made a surprising run to the NBA Finals last season, now find themselves in desperate need of center depth. Their formidable frontcourt took a significant hit when Myles Turner, a cornerstone of their defense and interior presence, departed for the Milwaukee Bucks in free agency. This leaves a gaping hole in their roster, a vulnerability that could derail their aspirations of another deep playoff run. The Pacers are a team built on speed, athleticism, and a dynamic offense, but without a strong presence in the paint, their defensive integrity and rebounding prowess could suffer significantly. This creates a perfect storm, a scenario where the Bulls' veteran center could become an ideal target for a contending Pacers team. Now, let's dive into the specifics of a proposed mock trade that has been circulating, a deal that could fundamentally reshape both franchises. This hypothetical scenario suggests the Bulls could send Nikola Vucevic, along with some draft capital, to the Indiana Pacers. In return, Chicago would receive a compelling $85 million duo, Toppin and Jarace Walker. This isn't just a simple player-for-player swap, it's a strategic pivot for the Bulls, exchanging a veteran big man for 2 younger, athletic forwards who could immediately bolster their bench and provide a significant injection of energy and versatility. Let's break down what each of these players could bring to the Bulls. First, Toppin. Toppin was a key part of the Pacers' unexpected run to the NBA Finals last season, showcasing his athleticism, scoring ability, and improved offensive presence. He would give the Bulls a solid scorer and defender at the power forward position, a player who can run the floor, finish above the rim, and stretch the defense with his shooting. Last season, the 27-year-old forward averaged 10.5 points for 0.0 rebounds and 1.6 assists per game, while shooting an efficient 52.9% from the field and a respectable 36.5% from three-point range. His ability to contribute immediately, both offensively and defensively, would be a significant upgrade for the Bulls' second unit, providing a much-needed spark off the bench. Then there's Jarace Walker. At just 22 years old, Walker represents the kind of young, high-upside talent that the Bulls should be aggressively pursuing. He would give Chicago another solid forward option off the bench, a player with the potential for a much larger role than he had in Indiana. Last season, Walker averaged 6.1 points, 3.1 rebounds, and 1.5 assists per game, shooting 47.2% from the field and an impressive 40.5% from three. His three-point shooting, in particular, is an intriguing development, suggesting he could become a valuable 3 and D wing in the modern NBA. With more minutes and a clearer role in Chicago, Walker could truly blossom, developing into a key piece of the Bulls' long-term future. This trade isn't just about acquiring two players, it's about acquiring two players who fit the modern NBA, who bring athleticism, and who have room to grow. The financial implications of this trade are also significant. The $85 million duo refers to the combined value of Toppin and Walker's contracts, representing a substantial investment in younger talent. While Vucevic's expiring contract offers flexibility, acquiring two players with multi-year deals would commit the Bulls to a new financial structure, but one that aligns with their stated goal of developing a younger core. However, as with any hypothetical trade, there are always potential roadblocks. The article notes that the Pacers may be unwilling to move both players to acquire Vucevic due to his contract situation. This is a crucial point. While Vucevic fills an immediate need for Indiana, giving up two promising young forwards, especially with Vucevic on an expiring deal, might be a tough pill for the Pacers to swallow. They would be trading long-term assets for a short-term rental, albeit a valuable one. The draft capital included in the mock trade would need to be substantial enough to entice the Pacers to part with both Toppin and Walker, particularly given their recent success and their own aspirations for sustained contention. For the Bulls, this trade represents a clear strategic shift. It's a move away from relying on an aging veteran center and towards embracing a more athletic, versatile, and youthful frontcourt. It's a gamble, certainly, but one that could pay significant dividends if Toppin and Walker thrive in Chicago. It addresses the need for bench scoring, defensive versatility, and continued player development, all while potentially freeing up future cap space once Vucevic's contract expires. It's a move that can inject the kind of excitement and optimism that Bulls fans have been desperately craving. This isn't just about swapping players, it's about swapping philosophies. It's about deciding whether to continue with a proven, but perhaps limited, veteran, or to fully commit to a youth movement that could unlock a higher ceiling for the franchise. The pressure to end the playoff drought is immense, and sometimes radical changes are necessary to break free from the gravitational pull of mediocrity. This proposed trade, while hypothetical, offers a glimpse into the kind of bold decision-making that could finally propel the Chicago Bulls back into the conversation of legitimate Eastern Conference contenders. What's your gut feeling on this proposed trade? Would you be excited to see Obi Toppin and Jarace Walker in a Bulls uniform, even if it means parting ways with Nikola Vucevic? Do you think the Pacers would be willing to make such a deal given Vucevic's expiring contract? Share your opinions, your own trade proposals, and your hopes for the Bulls' future in the comments below. And if you're as eager as we are to see the Bulls finally break through, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to our channel for all the latest, most insightful analysis on your favorite team.